guys, welcome back. So today we're going to build a Christmas tree out of buckets. So my husband took this bucket and he put these marks around the bucket. We got these at Walmart. Okay, and I think we bought 3 or 4 of them. And he took this with a Sawzall, and I'm going to show you how that looks. And he cut the bucket apart like that. And then we put the wire around and hot glued it. And the reason why we put the wire is to push these out a little more, because we're going to build a tree out of buckets.
Hey guys, here we are. Hey guys, we got our bucket. Okay, if you notice here, I'm making a thermal mark across on each side to even the bucket out. Okay, you guys with me? And then I'll put a line in between each of those lines. That way you have an even amount of lines. Does that make sense? Okay, then I'm going to take a saw and you're going to cut straight down on each of those lines that you made. Okay? I just used a jigsaw, but you could use a handsaw if you wanted. Okay, guys. I got 10 snips. What you're going to do is you go along, you're going to cut that edge off. Okay, I wish these buckets would have came without an edge. It would have made it so much easier. So cut that lip off. Okay, guys. So here's a piece that we did. See how I cut the bucket apart? And I bent all the tabs down. Okay, and I heated them a little bit. And then I just rolled them up and then sat the bucket on the ground. Okay, and it kept them pushed out like that. Then to keep them there, we came back and put a piece of wire around it with hot glue. Okay, to keep that form. Okay, see how each petal is all flat? See, there's ours.
Okay, you guys, sorry about our audio. We had some issues with our speaker. So he's just showing you we got a tree stand and we got a PVC pipe that we had in our yard. Tree stand we've had around. They're pretty easy to find. Usually at thrift stores, or that's where we found this one, I'm sure. And then here he's just showing you how it's loose. What he's going to do is he ends up putting some tape around it to make it tighter in there. And then he will, after he gets that tape in there, he'll adjust it so it'll be in there more firmly in place. Okay? Now what he's got to do is he has got to, after he cuts the hole out in that, see that center of that bucket? He's going to cut a hole out in that with a hot knife. It's kind of pre-marked for you already. Then he's just going to, can't see it, but I don't know why, you can't see that part, but he's going to take his drill and he's going to drill some holes in the pipe. And so that the one sits like a tree would. So he's going to drill a hole there. It's going to go all the way through. And you need something to set it on. So we had some wooden dowels. And he's just going to drill that hole all the way through. And so he can slide them on. Okay? So that's what he's doing here. And then he'll take and do the same thing and drill another hole so far up. Slide the wooden dowel all the way through and put the...
Hey guys, So you see here, I'm just taking my battery powered drill and I'm piloting my first hole right there. And on mine, I have to end up piloting that a little bit bigger because I didn't have a big enough drill bit. But I just wanted to show you guys this so you can see what I was talking about. Okay. So obviously it wasn't quite big enough yet, so I have to drill it out some more. It's okay to put your first piece on, just like I did right there. You'll see here in just a second. Okay, so I'm just turning it around. I'm just making sure the hole's big enough on each side. That makes sense? Okay, we're going to try this again. Okay, so now I'm going to lift that first one up, and you reach underneath and put the dowel in. See, can you guys see that? Okay, see, then you can set that first one right down on top. See that? And it holds it there. Ta-da! There's the start of our tree. See, you can see the other petals laying over there. Our dog's keeping an eye on them. So here's the start of our tree.
Here it is.
Okay. So I have to lift it up. See how I drilled a hole? And I just slid a peg through there, okay?
Yep.
That way you can set your tree, each layer down to where you want it.
Yeah, so it doesn't
So I
touch the
figure I'll
bottom.
probably drill mine about right here for the next peg.
So it's like 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah, so the next section will be right here. Okay? And why I did it on pegs like that is so you guys can take it apart.
Cool.
Okay, guys? So we're going to finish this tree to the top, and we'll show you.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So we got our bucket, and I cut the bottom of it.
Oops.
Okay? And then I cut a hole in it so we can slide this piece down over the top of the Christmas tree, okay? So now I'm going to cut this bucket apart. I'm just going to go all the way around, cut this piece off, and I'm going to cut this piece off, okay? So we can use these sections right here. And these sections right here is what we're going to cut into the different shapes that we want to make the top of the Christmas tree. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this bucket apart. Okay, I got a sawzall, so I'm just going to sawzall it apart. And then I cut these into strips, and when we figure out exactly how we're going to make the top, we'll be back to show you. Okay, hey guys. So we got the top of our bucket. We put a hole in it. Okay. And those pieces, that bucket I cut apart, I took some and I designed them the way I wanted them. Okay. So you can make your pattern on top however you want. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around these and I'm going to glue them. See? I'm going to have them go around the whole outside, all the way around. Okay, guys. So we're back. Okay, here's our tree so far. Okay, and you can see the top. I made a piece, top of the tree. Then we'll put something on top, star or something up there. We haven't got that far yet. And I gotta come back now and get the stickers off. The few stickers on there, see, I gotta get them off there. If you look, see what I want to do is put old ornaments and stuff on there. See how I got old Santa Claus on there? So those spots right there, we can put some neat stuff on there. Now you could paint this tree green or pink or whatever color you wanted. I thought about it, but I think I'm just going to leave this one white and do some other stuff to it. Okay. Oh, if you look, I came back and I cut notches, see, in the plastic. So it gives the leaf some three-dimensional. So now I think I'm going to come back. I'm going to put some pretty colored glitter here. I'm going to put some glue and maybe put some green glitter on maybe one whole set, and then maybe some red on the next one. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with this piece here too, like red and green all the way around. Okay, so this is where we're at. A little bit farther, we'll be back to show you.
All right, you guys, we took the tree apart. We're going to paint it because this needs to be like the trunk, right? So I just got some browns out, and I just thought I'd kind of give you a quick little hint of what I'm doing without boring you to death with me. You can spray paint this. We didn't have brown. We're using what we have.
We want to go out in the cold.
Yeah, and we didn't want to go out in the cold, actually. Okay, to get any. We didn't want to. Anyway, so I'm going to, just to give you an idea, I'm going to paint it with acrylic brown. And then, after I'm done, I've got some different colors, you know. So I've got these on the plate. Can you see those? Because I want to make sure they can see them.
Yes.
Okay, so I just got some different colors because I want to come back through and add it like a tree trunk would look, kind of. Try to make it look more realistic. So anyway, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go over with this, come back with some other colors, and when I get this all painted, we'll be back.
Okay, guys. So while my wife's working on the
Tree trunk,
tree trunk,
right?
right, we're going to come back and start painting these petals. That's what I'm calling them, petals.
The petals?
The petals.
The petals of the pine tree.
The petals of the pine tree. So we
They
can
look like petals.
take our Elmer's glue and put the Elmer's glue on there, okay? Then you come back with the famous glitters. Haha. So we got green, gold, and red. So we got, what, 1, 2, 3, we got 4 petals. So I think I have 1 petal green, 1 petal gold, 1 petal red, and then decide what I want to do for the last one. But I'm just going to do the edges where we cut it. Okay, guys, remember where we snipped them with the snippers? We're just going to do the edges right here, okay? So I'll do 1 petal. What's that?
Just to highlight them, huh?
Yeah, just to highlight them. Give it a little bit of pizzazz. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1 done, and I'll be back to show you.
Okay, you guys, I just thought I'd come back real quick and show you. I painted our whole tree trunk brown, and then, like I said, I come back over it with some different colors, you know, and all I did was I used the same brush without rinsing it out, and I just kind of put some streaks down it, and I just kind of doing it till I'm happy with it. So, like, that wouldn't be something I'm happy with, so... But it's no big deal, and I'll just take a darker brown and just kind of go over it. So anyway, just do your tree trunk with the streaks. If you decide to layer it, just do it till you're happy with it, and it reminds you somewhat of a wood instead of, you know, plastic. All right, I just thought I'd come back and show you that when I get this all done. Then we'll move on to the next step.
Hey guys, so we're back. I'm just sitting here hanging out with Santa Claus. Okay, guys. So here's our tree. The last time you seen it, my wife was painting the pole. She's got it painted brown. We got our buckets. Remember, we did all the buckets. And I glittered each one in the glitter colors that we wanted, okay? And it's all back together, you noticed, obviously. And we actually took them apart. That's how this tree is. It comes apart and painted each piece, and we put it back together, okay? And here's our top piece right here that we did, that I showed you. And we did this like this for a reason, but you're going to find out a little bit later in the video, okay? So now, doesn't every tree got to be decorated? So we're going to come back, and we want to decorate this tree in the way they would have done back in the days. So all homemade ornaments, okay? So we're going to start those homemade ornaments next. I'm going to start showing you. Okay, guys. So I'm back to start showing you, well, me and my wife are back to start showing you some of the homemade ornaments and stuff that we're going to put on our tree. So if you look, my wife took some paper and she painted it red and green. Then she did the back and forth motion, okay, to fold the paper up. And then just pulled it out like you did in school. Okay. So that's one that we're going to put on the tree. We got some other paper here that I just took a strip with these. This is just an example, it ain't painted. But just a flat piece of paper, just be flat like that, okay? Just straight piece of paper. And I come back with my scissors. Okay, you guys can notice. Nice cut on angles, okay? But not all the way, because we want to do that on both sides and cut the other side just the opposite. There you go. Okay, so I'm just going to do that all the way down the paper. Then I'll be back to show you how we're going to twist it. But first, I need to take these papers and paint them all first. We want to try to paint that out like that, right? That'd be hard. So, this is what I'm working on.
Yeah.
My wife's going to step in real quick, and she's going to show you one of the ornaments or whatever that she's making for the tree. Okay, so I'll just set these papers out of the way for her.
Okay, you guys. So here's what I am making. Okay, so I've got this book. It's got old pictures on it. I've ordered it off Amazon. And it's been a while ago where I would have put a link for you, but you can find them on there. You could find even old pictures out of magazines or maybe old Christmas cards you have that you don't want to use you don't want to store anymore. Anyway, so what I done is I found the book, I printed me some pictures, and what I'm gonna do is I've got the pictures I want. I've got some cookie cutters because I want these pictures to have a back to them. So, like this, for instance, So because I want them to have more of a sturdy back, I've got this foam board. And I just took my cookie cutters and I drew me some trees and some stars. Because that's what our paper's going to go to. We're going to take and Mod Podge the pictures onto this. And I may use, before I Mod Podge I'm thinking I might use some of the scrapbook paper to put over that and then the pictures. I'm just deciding. But I'll get one done and then I'll come back and show you. Welcome back. Did you like that introduction, you guys? Well, if you did, what you could do is hit the like button, leave a comment. You could just smash that like button. Leave a comment or two. Let us know if you're enjoying this video or not. Anyway, we are to the part where I'm going to show you, because I got these little ornaments we're making, and I showed you that we cut out the foam, and the reason why with the foam is because the cardboard, if you use cardboard for this, it will warp. So I got my glue right here, and it's not glue and water. I just put some Elmer's glue in there. Some people do glue and water, but I decided, I'm just going to do glue. So you want to put a little bit.
Full strength.
Yeah, full strength. You want to put a little bit of glue on the back of the foam board. Oh, and I used the cookie cutters like I showed you. I think I showed you to cut it out.
Yes.
Yeah, we traced that, cut them out onto the foam board, then cut it out. Just in case well, I guess I did say that, but now I'm saying it again. Okay, and then we're putting, and this is just scrapbook paper. So this is the first idea. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways you can do yours. And I'm just putting the scrapbook paper on. Okay, and then I had like I showed you that book, I cut out some cute little birds. And I'm just going to put them on this one. These are really fun to make. These would actually be fun even just for a tree, any tree. You could really get fancy with them. A little bit on that one. And I'm just putting these randomly on. And like I said, if you have old Christmas cards, that would work great too. However you want to decor your little ornaments.
I don't want to hurt the whole Christmas cards.
Yeah, unless you don't want to cut them. But, you know, I'm one of those if you're, what are you doing with them? I don't know. It's just me. I'm like, what are you doing with them? Just leaving them in the box? Anyway, but however you want to do it, okay? I get it. Because I do. Unless you have something super sentimental. You don't want to cut up. I understand that. Okay. Gotta trim this a little bit one. Little bit one. That made no sense. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side, okay, because I want to hurry and show you the other ideas, and then I'll show you the finisher, how we finish them. Finisher. I'm saying stuff wrong today. Okay, this one I'm not using the scrapbook paper. I'm just using the full paper, the picture of it. So again, you want to put your glue on both sides. Or Mod Podge, either one would work. Mod Podge would work great too. It's probably what most people might use anyway. And we're going to glue that on. Okay, and this one so there's that. And then I'm just going to put this extra little bird on here because I think it'd be cute with an extra little bird. It says the bird, so it should have a bird, right? But we shouldn't put him on upside down because birds don't fly upside down. Okay, so there's that idea. Okay. And then, let's see my next one. I wanted to show you one of these Christmas trees that I think were really cute. I really like this picture. So we're going to put her on this tree. And this setting them off to the side will give them a few minutes to dry a little better for the next step. Little glue. Tap it down. And I'm sorry about our messy table, but this is our tablecloth when we craft. We just put something on our table so it doesn't ruin our table. You definitely need something down. And we go through a lot of them, so that's why it kind of doesn't look the prettiest, because it's not like we're not going to get it messy again anyways, and it's super thin. Okay, and then on this one, before I set her off to the side, I'm going to go ahead and put just a little glue over the top of her and let that tack for a minute, because now I'm going to set her to the side. I'm going to bring back this first one we had. Now I'm going to take a little bit of sandpaper and I'm just lightly going to go over this. And this is scrapbook paper, so this will definitely take a little bit more time to get it off of there. Kind of helps make it where it's even with the edge. So if you have regular paper, this will come right off, but oh, I just had I think I just ripped my bird. I did, with my finger had glue on it. You guys, we're not going to be, I'm going to have to take this bird off.
It's okay.
No, he isn't okay.
It's just a wore out ornament.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We're going to set that to the side and I'll fix that one later. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the same concept. We'll just go ahead and move on and put this one together. You know, we try to show you all the good, the bad, and the ugly mistakes we make here. Because, you know, I'm sorry, but nobody's a perfect. Doesn't make any messes or rip anything, right? We're all human here. Like I said, I'm just going to hurry and kind of smack this one together. And this time I'm not going to rip the bird. Not going to happen. I've decided. I've decided I'm not ripping the bird. There we go. Like I said, see how that's uneven from the edge? That's why we use a sandpaper. Okay. Now let's go. We'll go to this one, okay? I'm going to have to fix that first one. See, this one will be faster. Watch your fingers so you don't hit the glue on if you've got like that, like what just happened to me. and it could happen again if I'm not careful. The paper definitely comes off a lot easier, but the thicker your paper, the longer it will take you to kind of give it that sand. Smooths it out, and it kind of makes it look more uniform with the edge there. Just gives it a nice clean look. Okay, so see that? Okay, now I'm going to set that to the side for a second. We're going to go back to her. She's not quite dry enough, so I'm going to be really careful.
You need a blow dryer?
Well, no, because I kind of need her to be, I don't want her all the way dry. You want her to be a little bit damp. So what I should have done is done this sanded part first, let her dry, and then put the glue on it. But it's okay. Okay, it'll be fine. We don't need it. Nah, because we can do it this way. Okay, yeah, it just gives it kind of a nice, smoother edge. But what you can do, and I'm going to do it on this one, is I'm going to use just a little bit of this fine gold fleck, whatever you say. I'm just going to lightly give her a little, very lightly. I don't want to cover too much of her, just to make her sparkle just a little. And I'm going to, some of it fell out a little bit. It's kind of rubbing around. If you get that problem, I found that with the glitter, when you get it, some more comes out than you want. With this little stuff, just use a little glue and water and go over the top, and it'll kind of move that glitter around. Okay, so we're going to set her off to dry. Okay, so the third step, and the final step that I'm going to do, you could put ribbon around this, whatever, if you want. But I'm just going to take a little bit of brown paint mixed with some water, and I'm going to go around the outer edge just so that we don't have that white edge, and it kind of makes it look antique. You could use a little bit of stain if you want. That would work too, or some of that glazing stuff I've used on cabinets before. That works. Like I said, you can do this whatever you come up with to do. I was just giving you a few ideas of what you could do. White to show there, so I'm just going to kind of make it look old. And this is fun. This is fun to do. Sorry about the dog. She thinks that cats don't belong in our yard. Yes, Maggie, we know. She doesn't agree with cats being in the yard. She thinks that's a no-no, even though we have some. And there we go. Okay, so when we come back, we're going to have all these different ornaments, and I think we're really close to the finale.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to touch things up and show them the finale.
Yeah, you guys, so hang tight, okay? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, you guys, all you crazy crafters, here is our bucket Christmas tree. It was a lot of fun to make. Definitely, I feel like very unique. That's what I love about it. You just don't see different things like this every day. We enjoyed making it. We had a lot of fun here, coming up with unique ideas. It ended up being a great card holder. Anyway, yeah, let us know if you like it. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.
Oh, hey, it's you guys again. Looks like you joined us for the whole build. We're sure glad you did. Well, I got a little Christmas card history for you. Did you know the Christmas cards date back to the Victorian era? Queen Victoria sent the first official Christmas card, and Sir Henry Cole, who amongst other things was an assistant to Sir Rowland Hill in the introduction of the penny post and the first director of the VA. He commissioned the first Christmas card in 1843. It was designed in London, England. Okay, well now you know. So if you would, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Until next time. Now back to my nap.